Vikram Misri, the Foreign Secretary of India, has arrived in Dhaka to hold talks on bilateral relations between India and Bangladesh, which have hit an all-time low over alleged atrocities on Hindus and the arrest of Hindu monk Chinmoy Krishna Das Prabhu. Misri's visit marks the first high-level official visit after the interim government, led by Muhammad Yunus, took over in Bangladesh following the ousting of Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina-led government. So we're seeing that now Foreign Secretary Vikram Misri is currently in Dhaka, and this comes amid strained ties between India and Bangladesh. We've seen that there have been a series of attacks on Hindus, and when it comes to minorities, specifically Hindus in Bangladesh, Hindu temples have been vandalized. We have seen that a lot of ISKCON centers have been vandalized, and Hindu businesses have also been vandalized. So his visit comes amid all of that, and we have with us my colleague Aditya Wadhwan joining us on the telecast. Aditya, this is one of the first visits a high-level official has visited Dhaka after the interim government took over, and it's also a key visit when we talk about the current situation in Bangladesh.
Well, absolutely. This is the first visit by the Indian officials since this interim government led by Muhammad Yunus has come in power, and whatsoever. And this visit is particularly very important because it has come at a time when the relations between the two countries have gone. Misri is expected to hold talks with the Bangladeshi counterparts on these issues, and which in the past months we have seen that the relations between the two countries have already been fostered for some time, and it needs to be seen as to where this meeting, what outcomes do come from these meetings. And it is very recently what the Bangladesh government has done, that it has removed the provision of security clearance from for the Pakistanis if they are required to enter Bangladesh. And what's more is that the Bangladesh has reduced giving the number of visas to Indian citizens in its Kolkata mission. And most probably, and most importantly, the Foreign Secretary Vikram Misri will talk about the legal rights of the monks who have been arrested in Bangladesh. So this needs to be seen as to where this entire scenario is headed. Back to you in the studio.
Aditya, this also comes amid the fact that Chinmoy Das, whose arrest took place, he's still in custody. And what is the development coming in when it comes to his legal assistance being provided to him?
So far, the legal team is currently working to find ways as to how he can be, he can come out of the jail. And I think the visit by the Indian Foreign Secretary is significant because his specific focus will be to talk about the legal rights of the monks. This will directly affect this will be a positive step as far as the legal protection for the Chinmoy Das is concerned, as it needs to be seen as to where this development is headed in the days to come.
All right. We also have with us Ambassador Suresh Goyal. He's a former diplomat joining us on the telecast. Ambassador Suresh Goyal, we're seeing that Vikram Misri's visit comes amid the recent situation in Bangladesh, which continues to escalate, and the recent attacks on Hindus and the arrest of Hindu seers and the vandalization of Hindu temples in Bangladesh. And this visit also marks the first high-level visit after the interim government took over.
Yes. So, what is the question?
I'm stating the fact that what's your take on that?
Okay. First of all, when the Foreign Secretary is visiting Bangladesh, I'm sure, and as you said yourself, it is happening after actually the change of government in Bangladesh, and I would practically call it a regime change by force. It was practically like a coup when an elected government was thrown away through demonstrations, through movements, and fundamentalist powers. I think the occasion would be to review the state of relations between India and Bangladesh under the changed circumstances, particularly when there are indications coming from Bangladesh that there will be difficulties ahead in the relationship which need to be avoided, considering that it's a very important relationship in the region, and it is something which actually provides a lot of connectivity, trade, strategy. There is a strategic component to the relationship. So that's very important, and I think the conversation will go really on the dynamics of the relationship and what has to be done to avoid a southward plunge in the relationship, which is happening at the moment because of the positions taken by the Yunus government. In that context,
All right,
there is a
Ambassador
very
Suresh Goyal, unfortunately, we have run out of time. Thank you so much for joining us on the telecast.